How important is it for you to spend time with your kids? That's a question I get asked pretty frequently when I'm talking to parents. And here's the issue. Deuteronomy 6:7 gives us a pattern for teaching our kids about God. It says, teach them diligently the principles of God to your children, the concept of God, relationship with God to your children. And talk about them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you lie down and when you rise up. In other words, you got to spend time with them. You got to spend quality time with them. You got to relate to them and the busyness and the events of their life. Special memories enjoyed with our children are the result of consistent times of mundane activities, committed work, and patient efforts to build understanding and communications. What great joy is there when it all comes together in a finished product. The thing is, it'd be nice if we knew what game they were going to score the winning goal or touchdown or basket in, so we could be there to celebrate and to remember it rather than hearing it told later after the fact. We need to celebrate with them. We need to participate with them. That's what builds the memories. The average father spends less than 5 minutes a day with his children. Can you believe that? When I first heard this statistic, I dismissed it as absurd. I thought of all our family activities and how often I involve myself in the activities of my kids, and I concluded that the report had to be in error. However, as I've interacted with men, I've become convinced the statement is true, at least as it relates to the quality of time fathers give to their children. Often the time fathers spend with their children is not quality time. This saying seems to apply: the lights are on, but nobody's at home. It seems that when fathers are with their children, they are present in body but distracted by thoughts of work or other concerns. Their lights are on, but no one is home. I believe there are two major reasons men are distracted and disconnected from their children. First, men work in an ordered environment, subject to time schedules and deadlines. Their home environment, when children are present, and their children's activities are chaotic and disjointed, the opposite of their work environment. This sense of chaos is compounded if the children are undisciplined, loud, demanding, selfish, and out of control, which all children are to some degree, but especially if they don't understand boundaries, their lives are chaotic and they bring that chaos into the house, and men don't do well in a chaotic environment. Children naturally behave this way. It's part of their foolish nature. It changes very little in a natural sense as they mature into their teen years. Without training from their parents, children will act demeaning, selfish, and out of control. It's just part of their foolish nature. If they go untrained in how to act or correct their undisciplined, out of control behavior, it'll follow them right into adulthood. Have you ever met an adult that was chaotic, that was confused, that was his or her life was out of order? I guarantee you, if you follow that back to their home environment was one where they were not developed, they were not imparted, they were not trained, and order was not a part of their life. Proactive parenting, the kind that is involved and focused, is needed to train children how to act. A father who detaches himself emotionally from his children when they are young will most often remain disconnected through every stage of their development. The second reason men's attention is turned away from their children is because of the demands placed on them by their career or their involvement in a wide variety of personal interests. Men often find it difficult to balance family time with a full slate of work responsibilities and the demands from friends, hobbies, civic clubs, and other similar interests. After working hard, it's easy to justify a selfish focus centered on your needs and to reward yourself with activities that offer personal gratification and excitement rather than an engagement with your kids. With that competition for their undivided attention, it's easy to understand why men end up distracted and unfocused toward their children, spending their free time other places. Children are the most demanding and least gratifying of their choices. And yet, the promise is, if our hearts will be turned toward our kids, they will grow into mature adults that reflect godly values and character and bring great joy to their parents. We can do this. We can do it if we prioritize rightly, and we will take advantage of the circumstances and situations of life to live in the presence of our kids and enjoy them at every stage of their development.